Hey, what's up, and welcome into another edition of Chopping It Up with Chaz. I'm joined alongside Jack Harris. Jack, we've been off for a couple weeks, but it's okay because ASU is on their bye week as well. You've been around practice all week long. What's been up? What's been going on with them around there, man?
Well, the biggest thing they've been doing over these last 2 weeks has been getting healthy. You know, it starts with quarterback Manny Wilkins. He had that foot injury in the Stanford game. He didn't have to miss any time, but last week during the off week, he was out at practice just wearing running shoes. He wasn't going through all the drills. He's back doing full practices this past week, cleats on. He looks good to go this Saturday against Washington. A guy they're going to get back for that game is wide receiver John Humphrey, the deep threat. Remember, he had that knee injury against San Diego State, so he'll be back for his first Pac-12 game of the season. And then on the defensive side of the ball, and we know that they're not going to have Karan Crump or Joey Bryant back for the rest of the season. So look for a guy like Alani Latu to move out, trying to fill in for Crump in that pass rush, and then guys like Rennell Wren and George Lee to fill in on the defensive line. And then John Humphrey on the defensive side of the ball. Look out for him. They've been playing him at cornerback as well as at wide receiver over the last week during practice. He's a guy who played both sides of the ball in high school. He said he feels comfortable with it, and he's got that speed and athleticism to kind of fill in for Bryant. So again, it's been about getting healthy, kind of getting prepared for this tough second half of the season they got coming up.
It sounds like the bye week couldn't have came at a better time. We know that ASU is hosting No.5 Washington Huskies, an explosive unit, and you're studying this week. What jumps off the screen about this group coming into Tempe this weekend?
Well, they're just so balanced. They have so many weapons. It's especially on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of the same parts that got them a Pac-12 title last year, got them to the college football playoff last year. Jake Browning, Heisman candidate quarterback, he is back. 14 touchdowns this year, only 3 interceptions. Myles Gaskin is a really explosive running back, and we've seen ASU struggle against top running backs already this year. You only have to look as far as the Bryce Love game with Stanford. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they got 4 guys who have 2 sacks already this season. So, I mean, if you look at all their positions, there's a lot of talent to go around. They had to replace some guys in the secondary who went to the NFL. Look at a guy like Buda Baker playing with the Arizona Cardinals right now. But they have replaced them with talent. They have not yet even played in a close game this season. They've made very easy work of their first half of the schedule. And again, there's a reason that they're competing for conference championships year in and year out right now.
It sounds like ASU is coming in, rehabbing injuries, and getting themselves together. But on the other hand, this Washington unit is coming in explosive, averaging a lot of points. What's ASU going to need to do to walk out of this on a positive note, to say the least, Jack?
Well, I think they're going to have to try to come up with some big plays and some turnovers. You know, that's been a huge area for them. Is they need to win the turnover battle. They need to force more takeaways, and that's really the only way you're going to stop this Washington team.
Yeah.
And the problem is they don't make a lot of mistakes. You know, I just said Jake Browning only has 3 turnovers this season, throwing interceptions. You know, on the other side of the ball for ASU, they're going to have to find a way to protect Manny Wilkins. You know, this Washington defensive line is really talented. They're really physical. They're going to get after the quarterback, and the Sun Devils have struggled stopping that this season. So, again, it's not a great matchup for the Sun Devils, not going to lie. But there are areas where we saw in the second half of the season last year, they started to slip up a little bit. I think you can show some positive signs if you can keep yourself in this game with Washington this week, anything like that.
Yeah, ASU will host the No.5 Washington Huskies this Saturday at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. Jack Harris and I and the rest of our team will be there to bring you all the coverage. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.